Welcome back, Fan-Fueled family. Today we're going to talk about support materia, so be sure to support the channel and hit that subscribe button. Okay, let's get to it. Support materia is the second type of materia the player can acquire and is blue. Support materia is entirely useless on its own, but, as the name suggests, it's great for supporting other materia, granting additional effects. Most support materia can pair with most magic materia, some can pair with summon materia, and a few can pair with command materia. Because these materia are entirely dependent on other effects, there's not much to show in the way of visual aids. There's no best order to talk about support materia, so I'll simply discuss them in alphabetical order. Let's start off with Added Cut. Added Cut enhances whatever it's paired with by following it up with a physical attack. For example, if you have it paired to your Ice materia, anytime the character casts Ice, Ice 2, or Ice 3, they'll immediately follow up that spell with a single physical attack. Added Cut can be paired with all magic and summon materia as well as many command materia. It's found in the Great Glacier. Added Effect grants a 20% chance to inflict the status of the paired materia when on a character's weapon and grants immunity to that status when on armor. This is calculated per hit, so if you have multi-hit attacks like Cloud's Omnislash limit, it's a 20% chance for each strike. This is extremely useful if paired with the right materia. For example, pairing it with Destruct on a weapon will grant a 20% chance to instantly kill a target when they're struck. If paired with Contain, you'll have the chance to inflict each of the 3 status conditions that the spells can inflict. Added Effect is found in the Cave of the Gi during Red 13's questline in Cosmo Canyon and can be permanently missed. The All materia is probably the most well-known support materia and the best representative of what support materia is and does. All is the first support materia the player can get their hands on in the Beginner's Hall in Sector 7 immediately after Tifa joins the party, but also in many other locations throughout the game. All allows the paired materia to target all available subjects at the cost of a 33% reduction in effectiveness. It can be paired with most magic materia, though there are a few that it doesn't work with, namely the power magic materia that I covered at the end of that video. Counter grants the equipper the chance to retaliate with the paired command materia when they're attacked. At materia level 1, it's a 30% chance, level 2 is 40% chance, level 3 is 60%, level 4 is 80%, and at max level it's a 100% chance. Counter is found in the Northern Cave. Elemental is another great representative of support materia as a whole. When paired with an appropriate magic or summon materia, Elemental adds the paired materia's element to the weapon or armor, allowing the character to deal that element's damage with their weapon attacks or resisting the paired element. While any level of Elemental will imbue the paired element on a weapon, the different materia levels do affect how it works on armor. At level 1, it reduces damage from the paired element by 50%. At level 2, it makes the equipper immune to that element, and at level 3, it absorbs the paired element, healing the party member when struck by that element. Elemental can only be found in 3 locations, but it's worth seeking them out as they can be incredibly useful tools of survival. The first can be found in the Shinra HQ building if you guess the mayor's password on the first try. The second can be found in the Mako Fountain in Mount Nebel, the same one Sephiroth comments on in the flashback. And the third is received if you play Tifa's piano in Nibelheim while she's the party leader. There's a trick I've discovered to get the first one with very little effort. Speak to the mayor, then when he asks you if you've got the answer, back out of the conversation, go back down to the front of the building, save your game, and then go back up and guess until you get the right answer. Reload your save and tell him the correct answer the first time. Final Attack casts the paired materia automatically when the wielder is dropped to 0 HP. It's a commonly known strategy to pair this with the revive materia so that the character will immediately cast life on themselves when they die. Of course, to make this not completely overpowered, it can only be used a set number of times in a battle, once at level 1 and up to 5 times at level 5, the max level. There's also a pairing for it that we'll discuss in the Summon Materia video that is every bit as effective. Final Attack can also be paired with all magic and summon materia, as well as some command materia, but let's be honest, it's best used as auto-resurrection. It can only be acquired from a special battle in the Battle Square and Gold Saucer. Final Attack will trigger only if the character is killed by an enemy. Poison damage, self-damage, or attacks from allies, confused or otherwise, will not activate the ability. HP Absorb doesn't do exactly what it says. It doesn't absorb HP, but rather heals HP when the paired materia is used, specifically 10% of the damage dealt. It can be paired with all magic materia, all summon materia, and some command materia. I found that pairing it with the command materia Death Blow on Tifa when she has the God's Hand weapon equipped is quite useful, as Death Blow is automatically a critical hit, and with the God's Hand, Tifa's accuracy is perfect, so she can deal massive damage and heal significantly without expending any MP. HP Absorb can be found in Wutai and inside the Northern Cave. Magic Counter, like the Counter Materia, lets the user automatically counter when attacked, specifically with magic or summon materia. Also like Counter, Magic Counter has a 30% chance at level 1, 40% at level 2, 60% at level 3, 80% at level 4, and 100% at max level. It can be found in the Northern Cave and received as a prize for Chocobo racing. MP Absorb, much like HP Absorb, restores a character's MP when they use the paired materia, though rather than 10% of the damage inflicted, it's 1%. It's found in the Wutai item shop during Yuffie's side quest there. It's stolen by Yuffie immediately upon acquisition, but returned to the party when the quest ends. MP Turbo boosts the paired magic or summon materia's power, but also increases the MP cost. Both cost and power increase by 10% at level 1, up to 50% at level 5, the max level. It can be found in the Whirlwind Maze, and curiously appears yellow on the map like command materia, but is in fact support. The color is correct in the materia menu. Personally, I like pairing it with Comet, which gives a powerful multi-hit attack even more power. Quadra Magic is a very late game materia that makes the user cast the paired magic or summon materia 4 times at half damage per cast, but still only costs the MP to cast it once. If the same type of materia is paired with all, instead of targeting all enemies 4 times, it will pick a random applicable target and cast it 4 times on that one target. At level 1, it can only take effect once per battle, but as it levels up, it gains additional uses per battle, up to 5 at max level. It can be found in the Materia Cave near Mideel, and as such requires a blue, black, or gold chocobo to get to, though there is a glitch that can get the player to it with just the high wind. Quadra Magic is essential to the strategy I employ, and which I'll show you in another video, in fighting one of the game's optional super bosses. If Quadra Magic and Final Attack are paired to the same kind of materia, the Final Attack will be cast 4 times when the character is KO'd. Sneak Attack gives the equipper a chance to use the paired materia as soon as the battle begins. 20% chance at level 1, 35% at level 2, 50% at level 3, 60% at level 4, and 80% at level 5. It can be paired with all magic and summon materia and many command materia. One of my favorite pairings is with Death Blow, especially with all, so that I have a chance of opening the battle with massive damage on all enemies. Sneak Attack can be acquired as a Chocobo race prize. Finally, the Steal as Well materia adds the Steal command to whatever it's paired with, magic, summons, and even a handful of commands. This can be exploited if paired with multi-hit abilities, as each hit will attempt to steal independently. For example, pairing this with Comet 2 will steal 4 times, once for each attack. It can even be placed on the Steal materia itself to grant an additional chance to steal when using the Steal or Mug command, or on Sense, so that you can both analyze an enemy and attempt to steal from them in a single turn. Steal as Well can be found in the Da Chao statue in Wutai, the big caves up in the north area of the town. Make sure to pick up the Leviathan scales when acquiring the submarine during the huge materia quest, and the scales can then be used to put out the fire in the cave, revealing the Steal as Well materia. And that's all the support materia. Which is your favorite? Let your voice be heard. If I had to pick, I'd probably say Sneak Attack. It's just so useful to open a fight by killing all the enemies automatically, or at least damaging them heavily. Thanks so much for watching. Next time, we'll get into the opposite of support materia, independent materia. To make sure you don't miss it, or any of the upcoming content, hit that subscribe button, and while you're down there, click that like button too. All of it, liking, commenting, subscribing, it really, really helps. Be good, Fanfield family, and I'll see you in the next one.